Andre,
Ryan.
how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Ryan. I am bathing in the hate and the respect that our Lord and Savior is earning on these here streets. Also, the only disrespectful thing I will ever say about Nikola Jokic, and is very mild disrespect, I know the way we squat up on this pod, comment section, and beyond. If someone shoved one of our guys like that, we're not going to back
Mm-mm.
down.
No.
Also, like, you're on a court, you're protected. Get in someone's face, act tough. You're going to be broke. I just don't understand that, to cower away as a collective that way tells you how much our Lord and Savior Nikola Jokic, our thick king, is just, he's a cut above the rest, Ryan, and
Dude,
everyone recognizes.
he's the Joker for a reason, but I really think he should be the Incredible Hulk because that's the character from a fantasy movie that he most resembles. I'll put it as simple as this: don't start no shit, won't be no shit. That's how it is with Nikola Jokic. Like he's the nicest guy ever. He'll be your buddy up and down the court all game if you treat him the right way. You poke that bear, man, you are asking for it. And he like I saw Markieff Morris saying something about built different. No. Nikola is built different. Like quite literally, he is built different. He was built from something very, very different from anything we're used to. So I'm disappointed in Nikola for one reason and one reason only, and that is, of course, he cost us our plus 550 SGP. It's an all-time bad beat.
Didn't, like, Ryan's not saying, okay, well, I needed one more point. You'd assume he was going to get it. No, that foul that made Jokic irate is our free throw to hit the SGP.
Two free throws. He needs to hit one. But Dre, just a few minutes before, he got an and one.
Literally squandered it.
And missed the free throw. That was, I believe, his fourth free throw miss on the night, which is so uncharacteristic.
I know.
Oh, God, I can't believe it happened. And I just, it's the one part of this that has me slightly upset with Nikola. Otherwise, I think he was justified. Now, you can make a case for, like, as the star player of the team, you shouldn't be doing things that can get you kicked out of the game and suspended. But that's not exactly how life works. Just kind of the way, like, everyone's saying, like, two wrongs don't make a right. You are correct. That is true. Two wrongs do not make a right. That's just not how it works when you're out there and tempers are flaring and you've been cheap shotted. People are looking at the elbow and the ribs and that hurts and whatnot. No, it's knee to knee, man. He went to you. And to act like Markieff Morris, of all people, doesn't know what he's doing is asinine. He knew exactly what he was doing. And again, that's just when push comes to shove, Nikola Jokic is not thinking two wrongs don't make a right. He's thinking, I got to defend myself, and he did.
It's garbage time goon stuff. We've seen it in the NBA throughout history, and sometimes star players need to handle their own stuff, and Jokic certainly went that route. We should go that route ourselves, Ryan, because so much to talk about. College basketball starts today. Maction, and I am dialed in, calibrated to the max. Also, El Gato in action, so lots going on.
I got to admit, Dre, I am very disappointed in our Mac overlords. Because, look, I get it. You want to build up the season, blah, blah, blah. They followed the bag here. And I realize we're talking about the greatest football conference in America.
Yes.
But they fumbled the bag here by waiting so long for action to begin. Why? why did we have to wait this long for action to begin? Because now it overlaps with college basketball
I
and the
know.
NBA and the NHL. It's such a squandered opportunity. There is a massive chunk of the season where all there is baseball and football. Give us our Tuesday and Wednesday night games, then the ratings will be through the roof. Now you're competing with Duke and you're competing with the Lakers and you're the Warriors. And it's just like, come on, guys. Let's go. Let's get it together. This is the MAC. This is the best conference in the world, but we got to be better than this.
No, I agree. I mean, football month in America has really gone under the radar and will kind of pass us by like nothing was. And we will long for it all year. And the action really blew it by not capitalizing. I agree.
Yep. With that being said, we got to talk about the MAC because it is, of course, the greatest football
It's the
conference in
greatest.
America. And I am dialed tonight as well, Dre. So let's tap into my big three here first. It starts with a big underdog. We've got Akron plus 24.5. And Dre,
Wow.
I'm going to test how dialed you are. Why do we like Akron plus 24.5?
The Akron Zips, well, you know that Western Michigan, the Broncos have really struggled to cover lately, Ryan. And
You've already gone too far. It's because it's a new coach game. New coach game for the Akron Zips. They have fired their coach after last week, and they have promoted their linebacker coach to head coach. And you know they're going to play inspired for this guy. Akron, one of the worst defenses in the history of the world, but not tonight. Not tonight. Tonight they play inspired. Tonight they keep those Broncos, who you are correct in saying that they haven't been covering at a rate that they should. They keep them intact. I even kind of like the under in this one, but I'll just take this massive spread.
Don't you dare.
I'll just take this massive spread. And heck, I even support a money line sprinkle on the Zips. But just ride with the 24.5. Yep.
Wow. Huh. Interesting. Okay, Ryan. Okay, you're going controversial on me. I'm not a big Zips backer. Frankly, I'm saddened that coach left because he was a very profitable coach to fade. I don't think the Zips organization gave him a fair shake.
All right, back to the numbers here. To my big three. The next pick here is
it's Buffalo plus 7.5.
I know, but I need to see it. Jeez. Buffalo plus 7.5.
I'm trying to get it up. Hold on, I'm doing other stuff.
That's what he said. Okay, Buffalo here is taking on Miami of Ohio.
Yes.
Of course, home of Ben Roethlisberger. I will say that every time I get the chance to.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Both of these teams fighting for their postseason lives. Both of these teams fighting for bowl eligibility. Both of these teams fighting to stay alive in their respective divisions. And because of that, I think you're going to get a closely contested football game. Back and forth, the way the MAC does it best. So we're riding with the points. We'll just take the points. I have some proprietary models that have this as a 4.5 point spread. So 7.5 looks good. And by my own proprietary models, I'm talking about some stuff I read on the Action Network.
Yes, I knew.
And that's Buffalo plus 7.5 again. Shout out to the Action Network. They do a really good job of these. I call it the Action Network because they're dialed in on the map.
Right.
So appreciate that one. Let's keep the graphic up. And finally here, we're going Ohio at Emu, over 61.5. Every single game except for one went over last week in the MAC.
Oh, it was insane.
So we cannot go a whole week without picking it over here. Or at least a whole day without picking it over here. And I really like the over in that one. So finishing rate, havoc rate, all that stuff too.
Absolutely. That is our consensus of the night. We don't even have to go to the graphic because I can tell you 6 of Ohio's last 7 games in November, Ryan. We're going back years here, have gone over the total points. I don't know what happened in the action within the last month, though. You look at all these teams, they've just gone scoring crazy. That has me excited. On that same note, in fact, Western Michigan, that's the other over. You suggested the under. I disagree. Western Michigan's last 9 November home games have gone over. 2 teams combined averaging 57.2. It'll be a kitchen sink game for the Zips, of course, on a new coach game, and this will go over because also Western Michigan, they're just not rowing the boat and getting it done. So there you go, double over for you. I do approve of that Buffalo plus 7.5 pick. And then we're finishing it out. I had to give you a I was actually torn between a college basketball under. Ryan knows we love nothing more than college hoops unders, and boy, do I have some stuff you're gonna love on that. But El Gato to finish that out. Alex DeBrincat over 2.5 shots. Starts the year 8-3 on this prop. Now 8-5, slowed down a bit in November. No problem. Had a game winner, game-winning goal in the last game. We're getting great value on that prop. So hammer Alex DeBrincat, aka El Gato. Ryan, get this: Kentucky, Duke. All these guys are new. A lot of these guys are true freshmen who didn't even play consistently last year as seniors, Ryan, because of COVID. We couldn't have McDonald's tournaments. We couldn't have, and now we've got crowds back and stuff away from home, playing with their guys for the first time against guys who haven't. I love the unders for these the blue blood teams with all the inexperience and stuff. It's going to be phenomenal. So get that. That's a little bonus there to whet your appetite, whet the old beak with.
Do you know where this Champions Classic is being played?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me find out this information. Perfect! It's exactly what I wanted to know. It's being played at the Garden.
Oh,
the Garden.
Oh, the Garden's great.
The Island is a totally different story. Maui Invitational, love a good Maui under. But it doesn't apply to this theory that I'm going to share after we tell you about our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 rated sportsbook in all the land. Double-fisted rankings, triple-fisted rankings, quadruple, sextuple, quintuple, octuple, all of them. And no matter how many rankings you check, DraftKings Sportsbook, always #1. And this week, you can bet $1 to win $100 on any NFL game as long as a point is scored. It has been since Hector was a pup, as our good friend Chris Marlowe would say.
Yes.
Since the last time there was a 0-0 tie in the NFL. And so just bet $1 on any of those games. As soon as a point is scored, you're going to get $100 in free bets from our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook, who have all of the best odds boosts, including last night, the 50% profit boost on the Steelers game, which I said put on Najee Harris, which we did, and we cashed. And it was fantastic, and just all the good times you can have our DraftKings Sportsbook, of course. You can also get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR. You must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprises of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. The deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, Dre, it is early season college basketball, and many of the principles that we can apply to late season college basketball can also be applied to early season college basketball, including my single favorite college basketball betting strategy, which is when you get these guys out of their intimate settings at their home arenas, Cameron Indoor Stadium, of course, you've got the CU Event Center. These are nice, beautiful, small, intimate arenas with very little backdrop behind the hoops.
Yes.
And as you know from your beer pong playing days, depth perception while shooting is a very important thing. And these guys leave their home arenas, go into these cavernous NBA arenas where there's nothing but space behind the hoop, something they're just not used to. Yes. Suddenly their depth perception is off, shooting it's a little bit harder, and points go down. So always look where they're playing, and if you ever find one of these neutral site games being played at a massive arena, unlike Maui, which is basically a high school stadium, you want to hit that under. I absolutely love the unders in all of these. Might as well hammer them, parlay them, do it all.
Yeah, Kansas, Michigan State too. You can sprinkle under in that one. So Boy, lots of good times to be had today, Ryan. Lots of good times, yes.
And speaking of college basketball, I got one bonus pick for you. Of course, my Colorado Buffaloes opening up the season tonight against the Montana State Bobcats.
Wow.
And the Buffs are an interesting team this year. If you haven't watched our preview show, you absolutely should. Me, Henry, and Dev sat down and talked Buffs basketball for like 90 minutes. It turned out really, really good. Some beautiful graphic work done by our production team for that show. You can see our Saturday neon sign that they hooked us up with that Dev makes the save of the year on for falling on my head. Truly an entertaining show. I highly recommend it. Buffs are in an interesting position, Dre, in the sense that they lost their leader. They're returning a couple other leaders. They've got one of the best freshman classes in the country. And tonight, they take on a Montana State team who is okay. They're okay. But this is the first time that some of these guys have played in front of the home crowd in a long time. I actually think student support at this game is going to be pretty damn solid. And I think they ride the vibes of a raucous Coors Event Center. That's not the Coors Event Center anymore. The CU Event Center crowd, a.k.a. the Keg, and easily cover the 12-point spread. 12 is just too low for me. If you put it up around 14, 15, I would have had to think twice. But I think the Buffs get this one by over 15.
Amazingly, the Rams are the same exact point favored to Oral Roberts.
Oh, now that one I don't like.
No, I think you probably will have a -12 plus 12 parlay tonight. Boy,
oh my god.
I'd call in sick, buddy. I'd tell anyone. I'd call off the rest of your meetings for today. We've got some more important things to attend to.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't have a board meeting or anything like that today. So nothing important on the schedule. Wow, -12 plus 12 parlay. I mean, not to like everyone knows I just bet against the Rams when I can, but this is a team in Oral Roberts that still has Max Aceness, the ace in the hole.
He's not wrong.
The most electrifying scorer in America.
That was true when Bones Highland wasn't playing college hoops. So that really tells you how baller Max Aceness is. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, Ryan. It's pretty incredible.
Are the Rammies at home?
I guess so. Yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, yes, they are at home, and it doesn't look like a neutral field. So yes,
Oral Bob's going on the road. All right. Well, now that we've gotten all that out of the way, we have the most important part of the week. I know you feel like, I mean, as a listener, you're probably thinking, man, I've gotten so much great content. I wouldn't even be mad if they ended the show right now. But of course, it's time to guess the lines. Allie, are you going to read us off the lines like Ayer does, or do you want us to do that?
I wasn't prepared for that, but it's your call.
All right, I'll read them. No worries.
Well, yeah. No, I'll do. I came pre-prepped, so it's fine.
Okay, go ahead then. Let's start it off.
Baltimore at Miami is. Whoa, what? She had it. Look at that. Yeah. Holy cow, that's crazy.
I have all the graphics. I just don't. I wasn't prepared to read it. I wasn't told I was doing that, so I don't have an actual headset.
Oh man, this is incredible. Okay, Baltimore at Miami. There you go, Ryan. You see the graphic. It's a good team against a trash team, though the good team maybe not covering spreads the way we would like for them to cover. And yet this might just be that week.
Yeah, Baltimore at Miami. So take away 3 from 13 would give me Baltimore -10.
Oh, we guessed it exactly the same. And it is Baltimore -7.5.
Wow. Okay. Hammer the Ravens.
Allie, your order is probably different from mine. I would go. No, well, okay, perfect. Yeah, there you go. Cleveland at New England. This is a great one. It's a week of tons of poopy matchups, Ryan, but this is actually a really, really good one, if you ask me.
Okay.
I just gotta say really quickly, I think we have the same order. Yeah, here did all of this, so shout out to him. So I think we have the same
beautifully
order.
done. Okay,
King
great.
Yaya always coming through.
He really is the
Okay,
greatest.
so Cleveland at the Pats.
I know.
Cleveland with maybe an overreaction game this last week.
Right.
Pats slowly but surely coming into their own. Home 3 goes there. I'm going to say, oh gosh, Browns -1.
Oh, holy God. Dude, I also guessed Browns -1. It is Patriots -1.5.
Dang, that was my initial reaction, and I just thought, no way. There's still so much public love for the Browns.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I guess neutral field, they're telling us Browns would be 1.5 point favorites.
Right. I kind of thought Browns, like two.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd
2.5.
lean brownies too. They'll be intriguing in a potential all dogs.
Yep, very intriguing. Okay, next one here.
There you go.
All right,
Tampa
Bucks
at the football team.
Bucks at football team, a rematch of the very exciting playoff game last season.
Yeah.
Bucks gonna be heavily favored here, minus the home 3. I'm going to say Bucks -6.5.
I got this one exactly. I said Bucks -9, and it's Bucks -9.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess. I gotta remember, the later we get in this season, the bigger they make these underdog spreads.
Yeah, there's a lot of skepticism. I was kind of struggling to navigate that. But yeah, you got to stay on it with this. Take us to our next one, Aldo.
The old Bills Jets New York Derby. And this one is very confusing after the Bills just lost to the Jags. Dre,
yeah,
I sent you some research this morning.
I know
that I find to be very, very interesting. Something we can maybe tap into the rest of the week, but I don't know if it actually applies here because I think the Colts covered last week. It just reminds me of it. They said always bet a team who didn't cover the previous week versus a team who did cover the previous week. Flip it. So pick the team who didn't cover last week to cover against the team who covered last week. And obviously, this is about overreactions and lines being changed based on previous week's performance, and also bettors overreacting to a team such as the Bills.
Ravens would fit that mold. I think that's the only one we've done so far, because Miami covered against the Texans. Ravens didn't against Minnesota, though that spread was really tight, so maybe they didn't. But yeah,
right,
I'm monitoring that. Yeah.
I am going to say Bills -13.5.
Nicely done. I said 14.5. It's -13. We are back tied up with 2 pushes. Saints at Titans, and man, I can't imagine what the Saints overreaction is going to be. And I mean, kind of the Titans overreaction too, right?
Right. Who did the Saints play last week?
They lost to the Falcons. Yeah.
So here's one. Here's another one. Saints didn't cover. Titans did cover.
Yeah. Totally.
And so this will be interesting to keep an eye on. I mean, it's really hard to put your money on Trevor Siemian, but I think this spread is going to creep over a touchdown. I don't know.
I know.
Titans -7.
It's another tie for us, but it's actually, I'm shocked to see this. It's Titans -3.
Oh wow. Okay. So that's gonna make that so uncomfortable to take that spread. But if we follow the model, which I believe is 38-14-1 this season, it's something worth exploring.
I want to see what my numbers say on that end too.
All right, next game.
That one's interesting.
Jags at Colts. The Colts, I think are sneaky good. I think they're a sneaky good team, Dre. And the Jags, of course, coming off.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call that. I mean, the signature win of the Urban Meyer era so far is what you would call it.
By a
But
mile.
what a weird game. So, anyways, maybe slight overreaction on the Jags. At the Colts, I am going to say Colts minus 9.5.
Wow. Good on you. Because it's minus 10, I was way off saying minus 13.5.
Yeah, I gotta have a little respect for the Jags after last week, which is
But
crazy.
it's
I mean,
I'm always so off on the Colts, you know. I tried to
I gotta
adjust.
go back and see that game. What the hell happened? Like pass rush? Is that what it was? I know Josh Allen had a big game.
Josh Allen took over. The wide
defensive Josh Allen.
receivers. Yeah. The wide receivers didn't seem on the same page. The Jaguars at one point missed the same field goal attempt 3 different times. And still won by a field goal. Like I don't know what happened for the Jags offensively. It just seems like an extremely odd game.
Interesting. All right, next.
Yeah.
Falcons at Boys. Of course, this is an interesting game with the Falcons overperforming last week. The Cowboys severely underperforming or just getting their ass beat, however you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I think there's going to be an overreaction line here. I would say Cowboys minus 4.5.
Oh, I said minus 8. It's minus 8.5.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So no belief in the Falcons.
No.
And no lost belief in the Boys.
Falcons have sneakily won a bunch of games lately.
They're 4-4.
I'm not getting back on that train ever. I'm telling you right now. They're probably the favorites to win the NFC South, right? With Carolina plummeting and New Orleans doesn't have a quarterback.
What about the Bucks?
Oh, yeah. Please move along. Yes. Yeah. Disregard that.
Good comment from Kyle here who says, guess the lines needs an intro song. Like, what side are you on?
Oh, well, there you go. We'll be working on that very soon.
We'll workshop that. Okay, next game.
Lions at Steelers, baby.
0-8 Lions versus the sometimes good, sometimes awful Steelers. What a hard team to judge. I mean, even the beginning of the game yesterday, they looked so great, and then they just stopped looking good. You jinxed yourself.
Yep, I did.
Classic jinx job. Good job. Yep. At least you jinxed Justin Fields into making the game entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the game. Steelers minus 12.5.
Ooh, you went way too heavy. It's minus 8, and I said minus 10. I thought you were gonna have me easy on that. I take a 3-2 lead. Yeah. Minus 8.
Line.
Lots of respect for the Lions here. Kind of crazy, but hey.
Okay. Anyways, next game.
Yes, next game.
All right, we've got Panthers at Cards. The Cards are unstoppable no matter who they play. Cliff Kingsbury is out scheming everyone, just as I predicted long ago.
Vance Joseph is the real key to this.
Vance Joseph is getting head coach buzz.
Oh, yeah.
We're living in an alternate universe.
We really are.
By the way, yeah, never mind. Anyways, Panthers at Cardinals. Can you leave the graphics up longer? That would be awesome.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes I leave it up too long, and I feel like they need to see your faces laughing.
Yeah, that's what I agree.
It's really hard to figure out when to take it on and when to take it off.
I have to be able to look at the logos to decide what my pick is. Okay, Cardinals minus 9.5.
I said minus 8. It is minus 9.5 on the money for my guy tying us up. This is a really good one as we get into the 2 p.m. games. This is turning into a great guess the line segment. Right?
I wouldn't have been that dialed if I couldn't see the logos. All right, let's go on to the next game here. Ooh, nice logo matchup.
Great one.
Vikings at Chargers. Vikings are the sneakiest team in the NFL, in my opinion. You're liable to just get ambushed by these Vikings at any time.
Yes.
Chargers, so underwhelming in every way.
Yeah.
Chargers are going to. I don't even care what the spread is. The Chargers are not going to cover it. But I will say Chargers -4.5.
I said Chargers -2. It's Chargers -2.5.
Wow. Okay.
So
Vikings, all dogs.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Keep it moving.
I know this one, so
all right.
we skip.
I was actually kind of off. I guessed -4. It's moved to Broncos -3.
Okay, I saw it at 3.5 most recently. So there you go. Broncos -3, just the home 3 makes sense. Both teams very similar. All right, Seahawks with Russell Wilson at Packers, most likely with Aaron Rodgers. Gonna be tough to guess this line because I don't know what Vegas is planning on, but I'm gonna guess as if they are planning on Aaron Rodgers playing. And so with that in mind, I'm going to say they have the Pack -4.5.
I treated this like both quarterbacks were playing, said -5.5. It's -3.5. So you get it, right?
Okay, still tied, yeah?
Yeah, still tied. Going into these final 2 games. Sunday nighter here.
Wow. Tied. Dre looking, I believe, for his first win of the season over me. Guess the lines. Tied with 2 games left. Sunday night football. The Chiefs, the underwhelming Chiefs against the wheels fallen off Raiders. Sorry, the Kansas City football team. I have no idea where to go with this. Okay, so home 3.
Yeah, I know.
You got to factor in the Patrick Mahomes factor. You got to factor in the fact that Vegas hates the Raiders.
And they're a big public team, the Chiefs are, you know.
Yep. Give me Chiefs -3.
Oh, you're going to get this. I said -5. It's -2.5.
Wow. I was originally going to say -2.5.
Well done. I think the Raiders would also fit the model, right? Chiefs covered, Raiders did not. So you could take the Raiders in this one.
The Chiefs did not cover. 13-7. It was a 7-point spread.
Oh, Jesus. That's insane. Yeah, I'm still thinking of the spread when it was when Rodgers was still thought. Yeah.
Okay, final one here. Dre needs it for a tie.
Oh, come on. I have tied you before.
LA at San Francisco. Game being played in Santa Clara, which will probably end up just being a home game for the Rams if they actually have fans. I'm not sure. LA absolute letdown this last week versus what did the Niners do?
Yeah, they got their doors blown off by the beat up Cards.
Right. Okay, so they can't play. This is a hot seat game for Kyle Shanahan. I think they're going to get blown out again. And then there's going to be a lot of questions. I'll say Rams -5.5.
I said -6. It's -4. You Price is Right in me.
Let's go. Oh, this
well
is a good
done.
one. This
a great one.
This segment was worth researching. Like, there's a lot of mineable feelings in there.
100%. 100%. Yeah, this is it's an intriguing slate. I think the 2 p.m.ers and on are the ones that had us most intrigued. Like the early ones, we were more. I mean, for one, we were guessing them exactly the same as each other, but Yeah, I think. And then we've got the model. I've also, between that model, so there's a lot of recency. That's mining recency bias, that model. And there's a lot of like preseason perception that's still hovering over these lines. If you look at them, my metrics aren't what's closest. It's what the preseason estimated win totals are still like kind of controlling the narrative. So we're really going to dial into this. I think the second half of the NFL season is going to be pretty big.
Also, before we get out of here, shout out to pocket quarterback Lamar Jackson, who appears to be new in the comments today. Also, my pick for MVP, Lamar Jackson. So,
no headline got him. You love it.
Yes, of course. All right. That wraps it up for us today. A jam-packed day. Clear your schedule for the rest of the day. Make sure you get all of the necessary picks in. It's going to be a good night. Get those unders in cavernous arenas. Get your Mac picks in. Get your Buffs pick in. Bet on Max Ace Miss. A lot to do. So make sure you have all the time before the games start. We'll catch you guys tomorrow on DNVR Bets Daily.